What is up, everyone? Conixis here. Welcome back to what may be, don't know, probably not, but the final episode of Starnova. Because it seems like things are moving toward the end, but who knows? Maybe there's only 10 minutes left and I could have added it in. Well, if it is, I'm just going to add it in. But hey, anyway, so as you remember last time, shit got intense. Shit got really intense. We thought everything was good because Sasami returned back to normal, but nah. Someone music hit us with that. Listen, you gotta get rid of these girls because they all problems, and you just gotta replace them with these cute new fresh faces. And then producer sounds like shit. No, I don't want to do that. These are my girls. And then some music like, listen, man. It's either you get rid of them or we're just gonna drop y'all. And then pretty much producer son was like, he had to accept it because it was like, you know, what are we gonna do? If we lose them, then like Someone Music support them, we're finished. And so he was going through that mind trip because he started thinking, I'm just becoming my old producer, just accepting what life throws at me because this is just how it is. And producer saw like, no, I ain't accepting this. So he went looking for Sasami, but Sasami was at Quasar trying on the Quasar uniform. Like, you know, unfortunately, I'm gonna start describing the little details, but unfortunately, Oda had taken control of Quasar because Kamijo's dad was in some bad condition and he had sent to the hospital. So Oda was gonna run things and mess up everything. He was about to do the big ol' RAPE to Sasami while Shiro just sat there and watched. And Haruka, that asswipe, beat up my girl Stella and Kaori. Well, she didn't beat up Kaori, she just cut off her clothes, but she beat up Stella, and then she was gonna make Kaori fuck Stella. There was a lot of madness going on last time, guys. Like, everybody was moving fucking mad. But it's all good now because I came in and saved my girl Sasami, and Kamijo came in and saved his girls, so, you know, everything ended up alright. Shiro learned a valuable lesson because she didn't want things to repeat itself, so she whacked Oda upside the head, and I'm proud of my girl for that one. She whacked him upside the head with a pole and hit him in the gut with it. Oda finally got the shit knocked out of him, and he deserved that shit, but it was about time. But now we're at the Auto Grand Prix, which I believe should probably be the last thing, and then, you know, there's gonna be a fucky scene. But other than that, like, I think we're reached the end. Like, this might just be the last Starnova. I mean, there's the Idol Maker game, but we'll get to that because we got another special visual novel coming up that has apparently some Doki Doki vibes. Ooh, baby, if you know what I'm talking about, then ooh. Anyways, but let's get on with this. The days passed after the incident at the Golden Cap building. Through the passage of time, we found a new path forward, one which would finally put the mistakes of the past to rest. While nothing would ever change the darkness of what happened, maybe this was what we could all move on. Wait, maybe with this, we could all move on to better days. Yeah, there we go. I saw Sasami standing outside of our tent.
Oh, producer-san!
It's almost time, huh? Something like this is really unprecedented in the entire history of the Auto Grand Prix. I don't know how the people will receive it, even though you have the best of intentions. You should be prepared for the worst just in case.
Yes, but you know, I'm really not scared at all. As expected, in the end, I really am a selfish idol, aren't I? But honestly, I'm not going to sing and dance for the fans anymore. I have something much more important than that now. Something I need to protect. Something really fragile, which is all too easy to forget about. Something without a name. It just exists deep inside of me. It tells me what I need to overcome that I need to overcome this no matter what. Thanks to my time as an idol, I think I learned something, producer-san.
I see. Despite never having named it, I knew exactly what Sasami was talking about. It was something I had to protect in my chest as well. Maybe the closest word for it was simply hope. But it was a very special type of hope. It was not hope of winning, not of fame or money or love, but simply the light of hope itself. What this was now going over in the head of an idol producer such as myself. In the end, I was not a poet or a philosopher, merely a producer. I smiled and rubbed my head. Shall we go inside? The other girls are waiting for you.
Yeah.
Oh boy. The girls gathered in a team huddle as per their tradition before every one of their lives.
Everyone, I know I've asked something really unreasonable. I know not all of you may agree with my wishes. Maria, I know you especially must have a lot of things you want to say against this decision. Aki-chan, I know you must really not like me right now. I know this was something none of you agreed with. But it's important to me that we do this. It's unbecoming of idols to take advantage of the weakness of the girls to win. That's something Starnova's not ever going to do. You might be thinking if we just had exploited Quasar's recent scandal, we could have won the Grand Prix. Why are we helping them out like this? Are they not the enemies? But that kind of thinking is wrong. What's wrong with the world, you know? It just causes tears and pointless heartache. Aren't idols supposed to bring hope and joy to the world? Whatever happened to hope? Our shining song, Starnova. I want to create it, our greatest live. Where we meet our counterparts not as rivals, but as friends. In the end, we're all girls trying our best in a complicated, sometimes messed up, sometimes beautiful world. We all make mistakes. We all hurt each other. We all hurt others. We all disappoint others. But we can't.
My voice is dying.
But still can't give up to the very end. We have to do our best to bring the world happiness.
Oh God, you heard that? That was me losing it.
That's the reason I wanted to be an idol all along. Now let's do it together. Starnova's greatest performance.
Well, if you put it like that, how am I to argue against it? Honestly, I thought you lost your marbles when you suggested this. To tell the truth, I still can't really view the Golden Cap people as friends. They did unbelievable things to me. I felt taken advantage of. But I guess we're all pros here. I won't let my personal emotions get in the way of our performance. To me, that's what it means to be a pro idol. So I've got your back, Sasami-chan.
I really can't believe all of the slack you're cutting those Quasar girls. Especially considering that you nearly got irreparable bad end back there. You're seriously letting them off the hook way too easily. But I guess this is the way Sasami-chan the center. This is why Sasami-chan's the center and not me. It's unsightly, to be such a vengeful idol like myself. I admit it, you really have me beat here. There's no way I would have just given up winning the Grand Prix like this. In the end, I guess no idol show would become complete without a big dance performance like this, huh? Alright, let's do it. I want to see it myself, just how big this performance will be. Just how the fans will react. It's gonna be totally off the charts. I can't totally relate to Onisana and Aki-chan's feelings helping out Quasar like this. Oh well, I bet letting those bitches off will make us look good in the end. Oh, we totally had them on the palm of our hands this year though. I suppose we just have to do it. We are trying to make the biggest, most memorable moment in idol history after all. Alright, I'm in too. I thought it was a good idea from the very beginning. You can count me in as well. Yo! Leave it to our center to come up with something like this. We're gonna make history tonight. It's gonna be a hog wild. Then let us do our best to make this Starnova's greatest moment.
Oh God, my voice is dying.
All together, shining brighter than everyone else. A light to turn night into day. We are Starnova! Yay! Fucking hell.
There's 2018. The men of Starnova fan club stood lined up at the front row, a banner above them. At last, the moment has come! Gentlemen, it has been my utmost honor serving alongside you all. Let us greet our girls with the might we can muster. All the might we can muster. Now, Comrade Junpei, have you brought it? Have you brought our treasure?
Mr. President!
Junpei brought out a massively oversized crack-activated glow stick, easily along with a Y as the big man's arm, and offered it in both hands like it was a priceless treasure. This
heirloom has been in our club's possession for the past decade, untouched. Passed down from Mr. President's father, it is said to be the relic from his service as a JSDF. Its luminous strength is said to be so great that it can be used as an LZ flare for military helicopters, even in whiteout conditions. Mr. President, you mustn't. To crack such an important relic here, once this is activated.
Taken under advisement, Comrade Junpei, but what must be done, what must be done? Ugh. When the girls' chorus begins, I shall alight this rod, and raise it high enough for our angels to be reassured that we the fans are behind them in this ordeal. For what is merely family heirloom cannot compare to what our girls endured to make it this far. It is but a small price to pay for this moment, this glorious moment of truth.
Mr. President!
Junpei and the rest of the members of the Starnova fan club covered their faces as tears dripped down their cheeks. Nova!
Nova!
Nova! The performance began.
Yeah,
Hooray! Nova! An endless field of glow sticks ignited. The girls appeared on the stage.
Everyone, we're here! But we also have a very special guest. Our friends have come to perform with us.
Special guest?
What does that mean?
Introducing our very first Sisterhood Live! Starnova and Quasar!
The audience collectively screamed in shock when the 21 newly instated members of Quasar ran out behind the 7 girls of Starnova. Oh my god!
What's going on?
Oh my god! A joint live with Quasar? Weren't they rivals? Sasami raised her arms and lowered them to the guest audience to calm down again.
I know this is a big shock to everyone, but Shiro-san is truly a beloved friend of mine. Even though we act the role of pro idols on stage, we've always been friends backstage. Shiro-san, please explain to everyone.
Good evening, everyone. Lately I've been thinking just what constitutes an idol. Is she a girl who is beautiful, one who sings and dances really well? But I have come to a realization. A true idol is one who inspires hope in the people, who does not divide the people, but who works alongside her sisters to make this world a better place. Regardless of whether we are Nova or Quasar, we are all sisters. Please accept this joint live as the embodiment of both our desires.
Everyone, please accept this live.
For a moment, stunned silence dominated the outdoor stadium, followed by a rapturous applause. Such an unexpected, beautiful sight! Truly, everyone has come together on this night because they love idols!
I never knew Starnova and Quasar were so close to each other!
Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, and the response was not merely in the audience. Everyone's awestruck passion echoed throughout the internet. Chipper alighted, and the Grand Prix hashtag began to trend worldwide. News crews focused their cameras on stage, their eyes wide open. Then... oh no, that's not me.
Then we're going to start. The 7 girls of Starnova.
The 21 girls of Quasar. Listen to our song.
And that's the end. Yeah. Presented by Love in Space 6 Project. Oh my god. Stars for stars. Oh, my voice. Oh lord. Guys, we did. Well, I mean, it's not over yet, obviously, but we did it. Holy shit. We went through everything, experienced everything. Oh my god. We got True End, guys. God damn it. We actually got True End. Oh lord. I'm gonna hold off on the thoughts of the game because, you know, it ain't over yet because we're gonna have to actually fuck Sasami. You know that's coming. And there's also that onsen thing, which we, I guess, gotta check out. I don't know what the hell it is, but we gotta check it out. I don't know if it's just extra CGs or something, or an extra little side story or something, but I guess we'll find out in a bit. But oh my god, we did it. Oh. Yeah, I guess I can give thoughts now. This game, it put me through the ringer. Never before have I have to voice so many girls in one sitting. Oh my god, I'm a guy, so of course I can make different guy voices, but girl voices, I can only do so many. So yes, a lot of the girls more than likely sound the same throughout this all, but I'm glad you all stuck with it. I remember when I first posted Starnova at the beginning of, I think, oh my god, what fell? Something fell, but it was like, oh, it's showing everyone's ending too. I didn't even notice. Look at Aki, my girl. Anyways, but yeah, I remember. I think it was like year or 2 years ago that I posted like the first Starnova, and everyone just loved it. Like, I knew starting this series, because not only is it Love in Space, who created Sunrider, which is another favorite series of mine, but I just knew that Starnova was gonna be some epic shit that I was gonna feel, and I was gonna connect to these girls, and I did. I connected so much, and they made me cry, they made me hurt, and everything along with it, and it's just like, whew, we've been on this journey for quite a while. Like, I loved it. I loved it because there was like all sorts of twists and stuff like that. And there was some easily seeable twist, and it's like, oh, come on, why'd it gotta happen like that? And I still say my girl Natan got played, but it is what it is, I guess. That's just how it played. Even the people at Soma are like, listen, she's not as popular, man. Like, you know, so my girl Natan got played, but in the end, it's really beautiful. I don't want to go into depth about all the girls now, because that will take a bit of time, but you know, so I'll wait till we're like back on the main menu for that. But basically, talking about the game as a whole, I really enjoyed it because I was just able to connect with my girls, and each story was different. It was like not any story was the same. And like Sasami's story being the canon route, pretty much brought all the stories together. They might have happened in the background, but they still happened. They didn't happen as in depth like this, like, you know, me being with these people, but you know, they still happened, and the girls still experienced their heartache throughout Sasami's story. So I think it's pretty like fucking cool that they actually brought it all together like that, that all the girls still had their, like, you know, little things going on. But like I said, in the end, Sasami's story, it took me for a ride on my emotions. I gotta say, Sasami's story probably rocked me the most because I was hurting bad when Sasami started turning into this shit idol. I was hurting real bad, and then she finally came back to her senses, and Sasami, you know, she finally figured it all out. And I do hope that Shiro and Kana are able to get back together in the end of this, because she was able to get back with Kana in the end of Maria, so I hope the same happens for her in this one too. So I mean, after Shiro has realized this and made the big change, I think Shiro deserves her happy ending as well. So, you know, but you know, now we're moving back to this. So I stood backstage watching with pride as the girls accepted their Idol Grand Prix grand prize. However, this victory did not belong to Starnova alone. That had been the deal all along. If Starnova had won, they would share the victory with Quasar, and if Quasar had won, they would have done the same. Seriously, I can't believe I actually agreed to a gambit like this. In the end, though, Starnova prevailed in the straw poll easily, so it was hardly even an issue. Sasami and Shiro held up the trophy side by side, both equally the heroines of the moment behind them. The girls stood, tears of happiness flowing from their eyes. Kashiwagi Yamamoto Maria, Watanabe Julie, Akimoto Nemu, Hashimoto Mika, Tanabe Natsuki. Their names would now be engraved in history. In front of them, thousands of men and women cheered. However, to the girls, they could spot the familiar faces in the crowd in an instant.
You did it, Nemu. Nemu, Mama's so proud. Aki, Mama's here. I'm so sorry for everything I did.
Looks like you pulled it off, little missy. Go get him, Night Song-chan. Julie's mom here. Huh.
Yo!
My baby! Good! Back good!
My boy here. Guess my old teammates are the only ones here for me. Oh well.
Well, Maria's eyes widened in shock when she noticed a face in the crowd. It was Kana. One she had never expected to see in Kana.
Oi, is that my girl? She's here! Yay! Shiro, Maria, you did it! Huh? Mama, Papa, I finally did it! After everything I had to endure, I did it!
Mako leaned into Kaori.
You best put on a smile, Kaori-chan. No matter what, an idol must always be smiling. You're so unreasonable, to the very end, Mako-chan. Everyone, thank you!
Despite the stream of tears flowing from Kaori's eyes, she still grinned. She had suffered, she had thought about quitting, but she was still here.
I'm gonna do my best. I lost so many ranks, but I'm back to the second row now. I still have hope. I'm gonna give it my all to get back everything and more. After all, the best payback is success, right? Mama, Papa, Kaori's gonna keep doing her best.
Beside them, Stella waved to the crowd, repaired as good as new. My girl.
Everyone, thank you.
Meanwhile, a pair of guys shouted and hollered on the top of their lungs, a truly massive fading glow stick raised above their heads. Nova! Nova! Most importantly, Sasami and Shiro stood side by side. Their radiant smiles outshined even the glorious trophy between them. My heroine. A girl what I once knew as the land of Starnova, but now a glittering, magnificent star reborn in a climactic supernova. And so night turned to day, and the girls of Starnova and Quasar became legends. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. 2 months later. Only 2 months? I left the theater with Sasami by my side.
That sure was an interesting movie, huh? I was a little worried that the main girl wasn't going to make it out of the collapsed tunnel alive. It really had my heart pounding.
But Sasa-chan, you were the main girl.
No, producer-san, you're breaking the suspension of disbelief with your meta-thinking. These films are meant to be, to just be enjoyed, you know? If you think too hard, then you're going to ruin the experience, you know?
Huh?
But it's a good thing Shiro's arrived with the JSDF to rescue us in time. It really was a film worthy of the title Lord Gilla, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad that the film turned out alright. Looks like this is going to help our cause as well. Indeed, I had been fighting with all my might to delay Summer Music's replacement of the girls past months. Thanks to the goodwill generated by our Idol Grand Prix victory, there was no way that they could announce the girls would be replaced without risking public lashback. At least that was the argument I used to convince Summer Music to delay the girls' graduation. Besides, just because the new girls were experienced students, idols, doesn't mean they were prepared to work in the pro-idol business yet. That's why Shining Productions has now created a new trainee division to prepare the new girls for stardom. The girls of Starnova were now busy training their successors so that when the time came, the next generation would be ready to confront the realities of the idol world. That meant that Starnova's graduation had to be postponed at least until next year. In the end, you could say that things mostly turned out alright, thanks to everyone's willingness to work together. To this day, the girls of Starnova are working hard to bring smiles and laughter to the people of Japan. They held the biggest lives, appeared on Time television, raised billboards across the nation. You could say they were at the very apex of their power right now. My cell phone trying. Oops, pardon me.
No, don't worry about it, producer-san.
Yet another mess for me to clean up, huh? Well, this was only my responsibility as the producer. With a deep breath, I answered the cell phone. Hello, this is Nishiyama. What? And so another ridiculous episode of my life began. Oh boy, what's happening? Sasami looked off into the distance as her producer was already distracted by the phone call.
That reminds me, I wonder how Shiro's been doing lately. We've been so busy that we've hardly been able to talk to each other since the Grand Prix. I wonder if she came here to watch the movie as well.
As if to answer Sasami's question, she saw a flock of silver hair from the corner of her vision. She spun around and saw Shiro about to enter the theater's lobby. Sasami ran over to her, hand raised. She's with Kana, isn't she? However, she stopped herself when she saw who Shiro was with. Yeah, I knew it. My girl, she got her happy ending. Good shit. Good shit. Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. She got her happy ending. Like, if Shiro didn't make a turnaround, I'd kind of be like, well, Shiro has to reflect on everything before she can, find true happiness. I mean, she deserves it, but she has to reflect. But my girl made her realization, and she changed. So I was hoping she'd get her happy ending. She deserved it. After she pulled that fucking grand comeback and whacked Oda, that exalted all of her bad deeds. if she whacked him twice. She exalted all her bad deeds and then some. I don't care what y'all say. Shiro redeemed herself by hitting him once. Cracking him on the head once redeemed her. Like, I don't care what nobody says. That won my respect 100% tenfold. Like, I'm proud of you, Shiro. You fucking pulled the madness, but you fucking did it. Kiara Kana appeared from the concession stand bearing 2 drinks and an armful of popcorn. They laughed as Shiro helped carry the snacks. The pair walked into the theater, eagerly talking to each other with smiles on their faces. Sasami looked on, a broad grin on her face.
So,
my voice.
So, Shiro managed to make up with Kanahana, huh? I'm so relieved. I wish you two happily ever after.
Yeah. And so our eventful days passed. I want to say that everything was smooth sailing after that, but as expected, when you're operating an idol unit, you ran into all sorts of troubles. What was the most important was that we overcame them one after another. The leaves turned red for autumn's arrival, then fell one by one as winter approached. As the snow fell across the city, the girls of Starnova brought warmth to the frigid season. Then the snow melted, and the first buds of spring began to sprout. Color returned to the city as the sakura once again blossomed. This was the season of rebirth, the season of graduation, where one chapter of the girls' stories would end and another would begin. I sat in my office reading the morning tabloids as usual. Golden Calf executive sentenced to 15 years for embezzlement money and wandering inside trading. After a lengthy plea bargain process, Oda was finally sentenced to jail good. Given his advanced age, for all intents and purposes, he had received a life sentence. Even though the public was never going to know the full detail of his sins, I took solace in the fact that the bastard would die in prison. Yeah. As for Anakita Haruka, she was blacklisted from working in the industry through Kamijo's influence. However, I heard that a girl who looked suspiciously like her appeared in some wouldn't doubt it porn productions a few weeks back, then disappeared without a trace. According to some rumors, the company that produced them was just a front for the Yakuza or something. Oh my god. You know, damn. Honestly, that was kind of a sordid business I steered clear from, so I was unsure on the details. In the end, though, she never again caused Sasami or any of the idols of Shining Productions trouble, and that's all that mattered. Anyway, that was enough on them. They weren't important. All around us were people working hard every day to make the best of their lives. There was no value in fixating on villains who sought to bring down others with them, when there was still work to be done. After all, today was Starnova's graduation live. 2 years after everything began in that small rundown office, the girls everyone knew and loved were going to head into a happy retirement. Well, I guess that wasn't really true, though. Despite obviously having more than enough money, the girls were all going to move on to other careers. And of course, it was my duty as the head of Shining Productions to ensure that their next careers turned out successfully. Even though they would no longer be members of Starnova, they were all going to be working together from now just the same. And on top of that, the second generation of Starnova members had now graduated from high school and were ready to work as pro idols. It seemed like my work had only multiplied twofold. I wonder when my next vacation will be. Alright! I stood straight in my tie and put on my coat. This producer was going to do his part too. Don't laugh. Yeah, don't laugh. Sasami stood at the center of the girls as she addressed the audience. At long last, the end of their journey in Starnova had arrived.
It's been an incredible time. When I first became a Nova 2 years ago, I had no idea it would end up like this. Even though I made mistakes, and sometimes even thought about quitting being an idol, everything ended up happily. All we had to do was push on, just a bit further, no matter what happens. I'll be here cheering for you.
Sasa-chan! You did your best, Sasa-chan!
But the time for us to say goodbye has come. It was incredible, but now we're all ready to move on from being an idol. Speaking personally, the time I was a Nova will be the happiest chapter of my life. This moment, the feelings in my chest right now, I'll never forget them for as long as I live. Now it's the time for everyone's goodbyes.
Everyone, I have been trying to be an idol for the past 13 years of my life. It looks like I've been trying to be an idol for half my life now. But I really did it. I really became an idol. And I'm standing here right now at Tokyo Dome. Thank you for accepting an old idol like myself all this time. Being a Nova was the greatest chapter of my life.
Men leapt into the air. In the distance, a banner the size of a bus bearing well wishes for Maria unfurled. Maria!
Sorry, I'm a little nervous. Everyone, when I first became a Nova, I didn't know anything about being an idol. All I did was play video games and watch a bunch of anime. But I learned so much from my time as a Nova. Even though it might not have been much, I think I might have just grown a little. Thank you. Thank you for supporting a hopeless person like me all this time. I'll never be able to forget the time we spent together.
Otaku wailed as they collapsed across the hall, clutching their chest in both sorrow and pride. She had been one of them. All this time, she had been one of them. When would another idol like this ever appear? Mika!
Everyone, it has been my pleasure to provide joy to you. Before we finally say goodbye, I want to bring this message to you. No matter who you are and what you have done, there will always be someone who loves you.
Nemu spreading the love. There you go, Nemu. That's what I'm talking about. Especially in the times right now, spread the love, guys. Spread the love.
Sometimes there may be lonely times. Sometimes there may be moments of despair. But that someone, somewhere, will eventually find you. One day for certain.
Damn, Nemu, you hit me hard. That shit hurts. It feels so good to hear something like that. Like, Nemu speaking the truth, y'all. Like, if you feel like I'm loved or anything out there, just know that there's somebody out there that cares for you. I care for you. I don't even personally fucking know you, and I care for you. I care for everyone's safety, man. And that Nemu, my girl, don't make me cry just from this. Jesus, Nemu speaks the truth though, y'all. Like, don't lose hope. You gotta. I know this is stupid coming from a visual novel, but don't lose hope. There is somebody out there that loves you. It can be your parents, it can be friends, it can be a loved one, but somebody out there loves you and cares for you. And they always will. Nothing will change that. No matter the kind of fights you get in or anything like that, they always love you. So, just take this from your boy Conixis. Y'all loved. Now, let's continue before I start crying.
Now, let's all say it one last time. All together. Nemu Nemu Shine!
Oh, that was just Nemu. That wasn't. That was the crowd. Nemu Nemu Shine. Anyways,
goodbye, huh? It's finally here, huh? For the longest time, I've always felt like a stranger, but Starnova was the first place where it wasn't like that. It was here that I felt something. It was family. All of us were one family. It was something I never experienced until now. Everyone, this is it. Goodbye, and thank you.
Julie! Lambo! 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 God damn it, the men broke into an impromptu chant, much to Julie's shock. They had known Julie's true face all along, and they had loved her just the same.
Yahoo, everyone! All this time, I never knew how hard it was to be an idol, but now that I've experienced it myself, I've gained a whole new perspective. I never knew that one day Natan would ever reach this place. This many people would appear to send her off. My pa always said something. In this world, you gotta keep your back straight and always come back home proud of yourself. Now that Natan's done being an idol, I think I'm gonna head back home. And with my back straight, I'm gonna say it big and loud. I'm back! Everyone, even though my time's done, let's all keep well, okay? Yahoo!
Natan! Men cheered as some released an inflatable alpaca, hey, my boy, into the sky.
It's really over. It's really over, isn't it? Ever since I was a little kid, I've been trying to become an idol. You could say there really was nothing else in my life other than being an idol. I'm sorry, but the truth is, I'm not eternally 12 years old. The years really have been catching up, haven't they? Everyone, thank you for your support all these years. through the tough times and the good times. I'll always be your idol. I'm Aki-chan. Aki-chan! Aki! Everyone,
Everyone, thank you very much. Thank you for your work.
Men embraced each other, tears running down their faces as the 7 girls bowed in unison. This was truly the end of something which had been so special to their hearts. Now, allow me to
introduce you to the second generation members of Starnova. From our hands to theirs.
The girls took off their wristbands of their uniforms.
Our hopes and dreams will pass.
The curtains rose behind the 7 former Novas. Behind them were their successors, the new shining 7 stars who would carry on their work. Even though our girls' time may have passed, Starnova was going to continue from now. The audience cheered as the 7 new stars of Starnova stepped out into the light. My chest swelled with pride as I watched the scene unfold from the control box. From now on, this would be their story, the 7 newly forged Novas. Sasami stood before them and bowed once more. I think Sasami can do this better, but let me just in case. Turn everybody on, females and male. No. There we go.
everyone,
これからもスターノバを応援してください。
please keep supporting Starnova from now.
何があっても私たちの物語は続きます。
No matter what our stories will go on.
Nova! Nova! Nova!
Yeah, there you go. Nova! 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 Hey, that's what I'm talking about. I thought everyone would talk, but now you gotta do this. Oh, baby, gotta do this. Anyways, and so the girls of Starnova graduated. No girl could remain an idol forever. Even though the end of Sasami's idol career was bittersweet, I knew she had a bright future ahead of her. In the end, graduation was but the end of one chapter and the beginning of another. My days with Sasami were just beginning. And now we gon' fuck, yeah. And now we gon' fuck. Now listen here. Listen. I want you to realize something. If Shiro never corrupted Sasami, I would have been right. They wouldn't have fucked until the very end. I would have been absolutely right. So you see that? Your boy was right. Anyways, still alongside Sasami in my apartment.
It's finally over, huh? Too bad producer-san couldn't take the stage with us and deliver a speech himself. I'm sure he had a lot of things he wanted to say himself, didn't he? After all, this was quite a journey for producer-san as well.
Well, I suppose it's really not right for a producer to hog all the attention when it's the idols who should be in the spotlight. I'm not gonna ever become like that Kamijo bastard after all. No, everything was exactly as I always dreamed. If I had adjusted even the tiniest detail, it wouldn't have been perfect.
I see.
I put my arm around Sasami's waist. It really was perfect, Ever since I first became a producer, I always wanted to create it, the greatest idol live in all of history. I think I've gotten so close to that unattainable dream this time that it scares me just what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life now. How am I ever going to surpass this without you and the rest of the girls? Just what am I without the original girls of Starnova?
I still have faith in producer-san. Besides, all of us will still be by your side. None of us are planning to go anywhere.
I see. It's reassuring.
Especially me. Producer-san, I'm really going to always be by your side from now. Not as an idol anymore, but as something even more wonderful.
Yeah, I'm counting on you, Sasa-chan. Let's be together forever.
Yes, forever.
We leaned into each other. I don't mean to poke fun, but that yes, forever. And her face makes it be like, I don't know about forever, but God damn it, I don't mean to ruin the moment, but we leaned into each other and kissed. Sasami's lips felt moist and supple, exactly as tender as I would expect from an idol. The next moment, I scooped up Sasami in my arms and carried her to my bedroom. Oh boy. It begins. Oh boy. The moment probably everyone and their mama have been waiting for. To see Sasami be deflowered.
Producer-san, we're finally...
I bent forward and lapped up Sasami's tongue again. Sasami noises. The girl's body was so much more slender than mine. It made me work. Wait, maybe she does it. I don't know. Well, I mean, we gotta turn it on so we can hear the first moan and immediately back up. No, she does. Thanks a lot, Sasami. There, I gave you noises. This is the last time we're doing this, so I'll provide this time when it's needed. A girl's body was much more slender than mine and made me worried that I would accidentally break her if I moved too forcefully. But I suppose an idol's body needed to be in peak condition at all times. I bet Sasami was actually a lot more in shape than me. As expected, a producer who sat at his desk all day could not compare to the vitality of a top idol. I unzipped the back of Sasami's dress, my heart beating in my throat. Oh, there, I pulled on her bra, and the beat following her two beautiful forbidden fruits plopped out. I stained her perfect white mammies with my masculine palms, closing my eyes to savor their luscious plump touch.
Producer-san's...
These had been Sasa-chan's greatest secrets, to finally see them after all this time. This was a treat for only her #1 fan, a special performance only for me. The euphoria of accomplishment shot me into the stratosphere like I had rockets strapped to my back. My engine surged and swelled with excitement, but I held back any unsightly screams of elation. God damn it, producer. At long last, the moment had arrived. Wait a minute. I mean, we'll just back up real quick because I forgot. I gotta kind of do this. Well, I mean, it's probably gonna be done now, but I had to like get a good, clear image of, you know, the clove Sasami so I can, you know, censor properly. It's the #1 fan, engine surge, elation. At long last, the moment had arrived. Sasa-chan was released from the chains of idolhood, and I could finally be a woman. My hands grasped what had been forbidden all this time. Finally, the fruits of my patience would be rewarded. My hard work finally paid off. Finally, the moment of victory had come for this overworked producer. I bent down and gave Sasa-chan's boobs a kiss. I closed my eyes and wrapped my lips around her nipple. Warmth, nostalgic comfort relaxed the tension in my body as I suckled her perfect nips. Her perked up nips like a babe. Not a baby, like a babe. Was my body worried to recall happier times if I did this? That must be so, because I had never been happier than I am right now in a long time. As expected, Sasa-chan's breasts were top class, the greatest pair of breasts in the nation. No, the world. After all, these breasts belonged to the person who loved me. That guaranteed bestness by default. I mean, you were, oh my lord, that's a boozy. Anyways, that's a boozy. With anticipation, I raised her skirt and pulled off her panties. No noises? Really? I'm surprised. Anyways, juices were already dripping from her opening. I gasped as liquid string down from her, while lips of her were puffed up like warm dough. Sasa-chan breathed as I gave her puffy few pokes.
Mom, producer-san's teasing too much.
It sounded like she was running out of patience already with the amount of fluid. She was more than ready. I pulled my pants off, causing my pinga to salute the heavens. I exhaled as I aligned myself and slowly waved my way in. Nothing still?
Finally, I'm one with producer-san.
Yeah, there it is. That's what happened, and that is in. Yep, we are okay. Thankfully, it looked like all the exercise I did. Wait. Thankfully, it looked like all the exercise did Sasa. Okay, it's also Sasa-chan some good, and I managed to pull it off without any unexpected troubles. Warmth filled me as Sasa-chan's juices dripped down my rod. I wasn't ready for that. That really stopped me in my tracks. But now we gotta do this. So music down so I can replace all the moans or the bad no words, the sexy words with Sasa-chan moans. So I'll be back once I'm done letting this sit for like a minute. Alright, I just got done doing that, and I only done this one other time before with Natan, and I did it with some other people, but I was just kind of sitting here, and I feel like if I had a face cam, it'd be one of those moments where I just have, like, one of those faces, like, what the fuck? And it just slowly zooms in as I realize what I'm listening to, because, like, you can hear, like, each breath, each tongue motion. Listen, your boy likes not listening, but, you know, watching hentai and whatever, but when it's just noises, it's very odd. It's strangely very odd. Anyways, let's move on. No, I forgot to turn her off. That's what I forgot to do. I thought I did that. I just turned back on the music. Okie dokie then. I slowly pushed myself in and out of her, amazed at how her body took me inside with ease. As expected, Sasa-chan was made for me. I felt pleasure wrap around me as I intensified my rhythm. You got that, Sasami. An unimaginably lurid expression melted Sasami's face as I slid myself into her. I gasped as I desperately tried to hold myself back on blowing everything already. Jesus. To think our pure-minded Sasa-chan would be even capable of making such faces. I mean, it's not that bad a face. I mean, she's kind of like, but it's not like 100% lewd. But, or else I seriously, wait, no, I skipped. Yeah, she really was doing her best for me, but I had to hold myself back, or else I was seriously gonna pass out in seconds.
Producer-san's pushing into me. No, wait. Producer-san.
As if to reassure her that I was here, I leaned forward and locked our mouths together. You want me to get it this one time? Our tongues tied in a knot as Sasami's sweet candy taste filled me. I kissed her on the lips, then down her neck and buried my face into her breasts. Having regained a margin of safety, I pulled myself back up and resumed working her garden. What? Yeah, Sasami got that. I gave my fingers a lick and gave her a happy button a press as I continued to pound into her.
That's my... Ah! No, I'm going to... At this rate, I'm really going to... No way!
Determined to win against her modesty, I only rubbed my fingers against her more. I felt the walls of Sasami's tunnel loosen as she approached climax.
No! Oh no! Oh gosh!
Oh gosh, no! Oh gosh, no! I don't know why that's so funny. It's just the word gosh. I don't know why it's funny.
Oh gosh, no! Producer-san! My bodies!
Yes, Sasa-chan, that was the point here. With a smile on my face, I kept pushing her further and over the edge. Unfortunately, I wasn't in any better condition here. There really was no way I could hold myself back, not when Sasa-chan's boobs were bouncing in front of my face with each pound, and she was looking at me with her special face. Her cute pink were literally flailing up and down right now. To think such a sacred religious icon would be capable of doing such a thing. Nearly about to burst myself, I buried myself into Sasami's hair, her scent whiting out my existence. What? What? Oh, this is the one thing I love about these fucking H scenes, because just like the wording around it. Let me just get a sniff of that hair, girl. Oh my god. Oh, sweet fucking god. Let's just do it. Everything was saturated with Sasa-chan.
Producer-san! I can't!
I wrapped my arms around her and jammed myself into her. No, you know what we gotta do. We ain't doing that without a little bit of Sasami to help. Oh my god, this sounded like she had a violent orgasm. Jesus. Sasami was really into that. Oh my lord. Oh my god. I mean, you might call me weird, but the little whimpers was kind of cute. I don't know, but she really was into that. Like, she had a violent... Ooh. I gasped as I unleashed my cream into Sasami's tongue. She clenched onto my rod and squeezed every drop of life out of me as I helplessly gasped for air. With one final pump, I filled Sasa-chan with... and then pulled myself out.
I can feel Producer-san's warmth in me.
I watched white cream leak from Sasa-chan's puss. Not even E. Her poos. Her poos. It dripped out in great blobs. Her asshole twitched and trembled as string down. Even Sasa-chan's was amazing. Oh my god.
Producer-san came inside. Please take responsibility if Sasa-chan ends up with Producer-san's baby.
Of course. After all, Sasa-chan's part of my family now. Wow, that came out weird. I don't know why I said it like that. It kind of came out robotic. Part of my family now. There we go. The sight only made me hard again. There was no way I was going to just stop here. I had been busy with work lately that I had a huge backlog to clear out before I was finished. Smile on my face, I stood Sasa-chan up and wrapped myself behind her. Oh, well. Mine I can show here, but her face. And even then, don't know how this is gonna go.
We're doing more?
Of course. Are you done though?
Girls can do it many times as they want.
Ah, yes, I figured as much. Really must be nice to be a girl and be able to as many times as you want. And so, yeah, you motherfuckers got it so easy. You know how we gotta struggle to get a second pump out like that? Like, come on, man, you girls got it easy. Anyways, although if guys could do that, the consequences of human productivity would be disastrous. So it was for the best that we weren't so gifted. Anyways, what was I thinking? I put my hand on Sasa-chan's bombshell of an ass. Oh, damn, Sasami got the ass, though. It was supple and firm. Not too outrageously big, but it was still beautiful. Round, like two white cushions. Ah, it was a nice beauty. I couldn't help but give them a slap. Oh, wait, did she make a noise there? 'Cause that seems like probably noise situation. Oh, she was already on, so no, she didn't. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Oh, how shameful.
I'm sorry, Sasa-chan, but I've already seen your... Yeah! Things are only going to get increasingly indecent from here on out. I bent Sasa-chan down a bit and raised her on her tiptoes before jamming myself in again. No, I forgot. Oh, baby. She was so much tighter in this position than before. Her squishy ass wrapped around the base of my rod and my pelvis, providing full stimulation of my center of mass. I raised her back up and put my palms over her breast for maximum comfort. Now I had everything. Sasa-chan's A+ butt, her breast, and the scent of her hair in my face. Yo, is this scent thing really that wild, bro? Like, damn, producer son, you giving me some crazy ideas. Like, I didn't know scent of the hair was something that stimulated you more. Like, damn, bro. Damn, bro. You and Kato with the hair fetish kind of thing? I mean, I respect it. If a girl got some good shampoo on, I guess that will help. No, but fuck, man. God damn.
Producer Producer-san!
I gasped as the head of my scepter banged against the ceiling of Sasa-chan's room. Cum and juices leaked down my leg as we continued our lovemaking. Sweat formed on Sasa-chan's back and down her butt, glistening in the light. The form of her shoulder blades and spine were perfect as well, just like everything else about her. Not so wide and barbaric like mine, but slender and small enough to love. Her back arched beautifully as she raised her ass for me. Sasa-chan was considerate like that. She wanted to make me happy. Finally, after all this time, all my work had paid off so beautifully. I ran my hand down her belly, admiring the slimness of her waist and the ample width of her hips. I pushed her down, her hands against the wall, as I grabbed her ass cheeks and molded them around my fingers.
Producer-san! No!
Delirious with pleasure, Sasa-chan smeared her drool against the wall, her hair a wild, tangled mess. The Lamb of Starnova fucked. Whoa. The Lamb of Starnova fucked beyond all recognition, my rod pumped up with wild brutality.
Producer-san! No way! No!
When her eyes kind of close a little bit, that's like a lurid express. Oh my gosh, Sasami, you doing things to me when your eyes are kind of half shut like that. Ooh. I felt Sasa-chan wrap the walls of her pussy around my pinga, begging for every ounce of pleasure. Never could I have imagined our beautiful Sasa-chan would look like this. This was a secret I had to take to my grave. Yes, our deepest, most intimate secret. One which we would never share between ourselves and one which we would share between ourselves and no one else. My lips parted with ragged breaths. I spread apart Sasa-chan's ass with each thrust my hands. Her cute little hole flared open with each push, twitching with pleasure. But in my eyes, there wasn't anything shameful about Sasa-chan's ass. It was the most beautiful, perfect ass in the world. An utterly faultless asshole. The best I could ever have wished for. I never heard somebody talk about an asshole that much. And then that great of light. I guess when you really in love and you got that perfect girl and you about fucking, her asshole will look like a fucking treasure to you, man.
No! It's happening again! Producer-san! Producer-san! More!
My rod only got bigger as Sasa-chan gave into her desires and asked for more pounding. What was that?
More!
Well, if that's what she wanted, I gripped onto Sasa-chan's hips like they were handlebars and stretched out the deepest of her passage. Yeah, Sasa, you got that. I gave her round, full ass a slap, making it vibrate with pleasure. Yeah, you got that. So clenched and squirmed with another slap. Yeah, you got that.
Producer-san, I'm gonna...
Sasa-chan! It was too late. I had given my idol... Oh yeah, I gotta that. It was too late. I had given my idol a double serving of my special ingredient today. At this rate, I couldn't hold myself back anymore. Yes, Sasami, you got that. Sasa-chan softly gasped as her body lost energy. And then, in a massive wave of energy, she crumpled against the wall, her bottom lips gripped around my pinga. But that didn't mean I was going to stop now. Oh my god. Producer-san! Sasami squealed as I intensified my assault, her tunnel now readily taking the entire length of my cannon. The head of my rod engorged to maximum girth as all the strength I had left within me funneled down the base of my pinga. Any more, my whole body was going to explode. I had to fire it out. Oh my god. Yeah, she did it. Primal gas came from my mouth as I pumped Sasa-chan full of my batter again. With a second slavo of creamy white soup spurted from her opening and fell to the ground. My movement softened as all remaining life essence I had within me flowed into Sasa-chan. Sasa-chan looked back, her hair now in an erotic mess. Her eyes hid behind a wild mesh of her normally straight and prim bangs. I had no idea Sasha-chan could look so hot until now.
Producer-san filled me up so much. Now I'm really in a tight spot, huh?
Sasha-chan?
But don't worry, if it really does happen, Sasha-chan will raise Producer-san's baby really well.
That's a relief. Well, what happened happened. The most important thing is that Sasha-chan and I were going to be together no matter what. Besides, after seeing all Sasha-chan's wonders like I just did, there was no way I was going to let this go. Alright. Looks like I had a great motivation to keep working hard from tomorrow on.
Now I'm a little tired. I think I'll just spend the night with Producer-san then.
Of course, there's plenty of room here. In fact, why don't you just move in?
Well, Producer-san is offering. Besides, I think I'll be able to sleep better if I was snuggled up beside Producer-san.
Oh, this is the cute shit! I was thinking the same thing.
Now, shall we take a bath together?
As expected, Sasha-chan was the best. My heart was already beating in excitement at the future. Yeah. Look at this fucking beautiful image of my girl, though. I was stupid. I couldn't find hide image, but look at this shit. It was so beautiful. I walked alongside Sasha-chan in the park surrounded by endless rows of sakura trees on both sides. A rain of pink puddles drifted from the sky, the sunlight glinting through the budding leaves on the branches overhead. I sighed in contentment as I took the spring breeze.
プロデューサーさん、
Oh,
あ
forgot.
なたは今幸せですか？
Sorry, but you gotta go silent again. Producer-san,
Producer-san, are you happy with the way things are right now?
you get silenced for this horrible voice that I have. Huh? That's an awful heavy question, huh? Despite everything, though, I chuckled and smiled. Of course. I'm working hard to make my dream a reality, and I'm standing beside the person I love the most right now. I couldn't be happier.
I see.
I feel like Sasuke's about to drop some bombshell on me, and I'm about to cry. Sasami looked to the field of pink blossoms above.
It was a long story, huh? The story of Shining Song, Starnova. At times there were dark moments. At times everyone really looked like they were villains, didn't they? At times it looked like the best path was to not have tried at all. To have given up and run away, to wish we had never been born at all. We thought that if we become idols, everyone around us would be happy, that our days would be filled with inspiration, joy, and motivation. But that wasn't quite the case.
Sasha-chan? Yeah, I'm about to say, Sasami ran ahead. I'm about to say, was I right? Because please no! Sasami ran ahead of me and leaned down as she looked back at the path we had traveled together. A radiant smile was on her face. More radiant than when she was before 50,000 fans on the stage of our Dome Live. This time that smile was directed at just one fan, me.
But you know, I'm happy. I think I'm happy with everything that's happened so far.
I chuckled and smiled back to her. I see. Despite everything, she looked back on her life with joy. With just that single statement, I understood everything. Sasami had no regrets. Everything had led to this moment of bliss. I walked up to her and took her arm. Then let's go.
Okay.
We walked side by side, surrounded by the falling pink petals, into the shining light of the future. And Sasami round complete! Yay! The end! We fucking... Oh! Oh, the fucking beginning screen changes! Oh, that's so cool! Oh, I mean, it's such a small thing, but I like that! Oh, hell yeah, man. Proof I finished... Wait. Yeah, but there's still, like, CGs locked. What are these 3 CGs? They're like 10, 17, and 6. But I'm a kind of blank. Wait, yeah, there's Mika ass and titty. I gotta blank that, but I'm gonna look through these real quick. So I'm gonna just kind of, you know, yeah, I got everything. So now what's Onsen? Bonus chapter. Oh fuck. Ah! The Onsen trip incident. Ooh. What is the no? An unknown date. No, not now. Maybe next time. But as you know, that is it. We have completed Starnova. We were gonna, of course, come back for the bonus chapter, but until then, we're gonna move on to our next game, which is gonna be a little. You'll see, it'll be up soon. But oh my God, guys, this game was amazing. I can't express how much I enjoyed this game. It's been a long trip. It's been, I think it's been 2 years for us as well, hasn't it? A year or 2 years, but oh my God, it's so good. Like, I've bonded so much with each character, and it's, my heart, I can't. It's finally over, and it just hurts. Well, it's not over because bonus chapter, but my heart. I love it. Guys, this has been just amazing. I love it. I love it. Now, to give my thoughts on everyone real quick, because, you know, that's the big grand finale. Conixis gives his thoughts. So we'll do it in the order that I did the girls. So let's start with Julie, because that was the first person I went with. So, Julie's route, I felt like it was pretty fitting. Because it felt like exactly what Julie, it felt like exactly what she would have done. She kind of got into her troubles. I thought that she would maybe be popular because of the whole American thing and the look, but she was moderately popular, so that was kind of a shock. But I expected Julie to get into some scandals, but the only thing I didn't like was her being like a self-centered bitch. I mean, I expected it, but oh my God, Julie was a bitch. She was a bitch. And it got to the point where I just disliked Julie. But then, like, the thing that that made me like kind of like, oh my God, is when me and Julie ran away to like the little, like, you know, private little housing thing when we were trying to get away from everything. That side of Julie was really fucking sweet. I really liked that side of Julie when she was just like, you know, wanting to be a family and, you know, making the dinner, and like, I really, that warmed my heart. Julie will always have a special place in my heart because of that. But like, I wish she was like just naturally like that. I mean, she kind of is, but you know, she has her tsundere. But at the same time, Julie can be a bitch. She can be self-centered and she can be a bitch. But like, Julie's still a good person. Just because I rag on Julie all the time doesn't mean I hate her. It just means that, you know, she has some qualities that, you know, aren't really preferable for me. And you know, everyone has their qualities and qualities that they don't like about somebody. But you know, in the end, Julie is just a girl, and she didn't really have a family growing up, and it was really nice to get in touch and tone with like that soft side of Julie, even though she had to get attacked for us to really actually get to that point. But at the same time, I really did like the fact that Julie opened up when the people were against her, because she kind of got mad at me and was gonna go fuck Kyle. But you know, like I said, Julie is good. She has her faults, but I still love her, and I'll always remember when I spanked her on the couch with my belt, and that is probably the most memorable thing that I'll always remember. Even when I'm an old man, senile in a nursing home, I'm gonna be like, you know, I played a game when I was like about 20, and there was a girl in there, and I spanked her with my belt. That was the wildest shit I've ever done. But anyways, moving on. So the next person on the list was my girl Aki. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Aki was second, man. It was Julie. I gotta make sure these don't have any porn clips in them. Yeah, it was Julie, then it was Aki, then it was Maria, then it was Natan, then it was Mika. Wait, no. Why is Aki there? Okay, it was Julie, then Aki, then it was Maria, then it was Natan, then it was Nemu, then it was Mika, and then, you know, Sasami. So I'm pretty sure that's the order. If I got it wrong, oh well. But we're ranking the girls, so at the same time. So Julie, even though, like, you know, soft spot and everything else, I'm gonna say out of the 7, she comes in last place, unfortunately. I love Julie, don't get me wrong. Just because someone's ranked low on the list don't mean I don't like them. But it's just like, you know, the other girls spoke to me more. And now I know you guys are waiting for who's at the #1 spot, but we'll see. Anyways, next up is my girl, Aki. Aki really touched me. Aki, especially when it hit that scene where, like, her mom was just like, they were kind of poor, and her mom was like, listen, Aki, there ain't no such thing as Santa, and, like, you know, the world is tough. Like, I remember getting that talk when I was little, because when I was little, we weren't poor, but, you know, we weren't doing too good, but, you know, like, I had that talk about, you know, Santa not being real and stuff, and I was still just a little kid, and it's like, it is tough in the world, but the only thing Aki really wanted was just her mother's love, and she felt like the only way she could do that was becoming a top idol, so she nearly worked herself to death. And if you do the bad, and she does die, but, like, you know what I'm saying, like, Aki strained her body to its limit in order to try and achieve that dream of her mother accepting her and being like, I love you, Aki, and meaning it, rather than her mother just seeing her as an object for money. So I really felt that for Aki, because I felt bad for her, because even though our stuff was bad, my mom was amazing, and I love my mom, and, like, the fact that Aki couldn't get that parental love from her mother that she needed, it really did hurt, because it's like, damn, man. I really did love Aki's role. The funny thing is, remember when we first played this, I thought I was gonna hate Aki. I thought she was just gonna be a little shit, but that little shit ended up becoming one of my favorite characters, and, like, even though they throw, like, the lolly term around, Aki's not really a lolly. I mean, it depends on how tall the producer is, because she's not that short. She's, like, to his shoulder, but, you know, I ain't trying to say lollies are good or anything. Now, let's get that fact here. But I like Aki, because Aki felt like one of the most realest characters to me, because she was going through that shit, and she was hurting, and we were there along, and all Aki wanted was someone to take care of her and, you know, give her the love that she didn't get as a child. But producers like, you gotta be strong, and Aki, she was strong, and she made it through, and she had to deal with Oda. That's when we were first introduced to that bastard, and that Aki has been through the ringer, and the fact that she had to deal with Oda, creepy lecher ass, pedophile, bum ass, glad Shiro whacked him upside the head, like, damn. But yeah, Aki was one of the characters that really touched me. I really felt for Aki. Aki was the first character to have me really, like, scared for, I mean, I was scared for Julie when she got attacked, but Aki was one of the characters that really had me, like, you know, oh my god, and almost crying over, because Aki was going through a lot of shit, and she dies on her route, so it's like, damn. But I really loved Aki, and because of that, like, I'm not gonna say it, but she's gonna be held off to the side. She's in the top 3, but we'll decide that at the end. But yes, all in all, I really love Aki. She's one of my favorite characters in the game, and I do her route many times over just to get her ending, because I feel like her ending is so pure and nice. I love it. Okay, moving on. The next person on our list is Miss O Maria. Maria, my girl Maria. I like Maria because she was kind of the realist in the sense of, the world is shit and there's not much you can do, and that's kind of the mindset I have. Like, you know, shit happens and you just kind of have to deal with it. Like, the world is full of asswipes and you gotta kind of wade through the asswipes, and I felt that. And, you know, Maria learns that, you know, everyone's an asswipe, and like, there are good people who truly do want the best for her, and it sucks that she had to go through all that shit at Quasar. Maria had one of those stories where you just kind of feel, because once it gets to her backstory of being at Quasar and you see the shit unfolding inside Quasar, it's ridiculous. Especially when you see the stuff that happens to Kana. Because Kana was just a pure girl who wanted all her sisters and, you know, of the Quasar to, like, be together and be a family. She wanted what Starnova was, basically, even though Starnova wasn't a thing when Kana was the head. And then, basically, Shiro was, you know, loving her. And Shiro was loving her. She wasn't pretending. Shiro did truly love Kana. And that's why I'm glad that, you know, they got together again at the end of the canon story. But it's like, just to have all that and then, you know, have it taken away from her. And Maria is just sitting back watching all this unfold. It's ridiculous because Maria was, like, right up in the action. She saw the making of Shiro becoming the demon that, you know, everyone claims she is. She saw it all. She was there. She witnessed it. And even though she couldn't do anything about it, the people she cared about were being corrupted and broken in front of her, and all she could do was sit back and watch. It's crazy. And then she eventually got kicked out because, you know, she fell down the ranks, and then Haruka had to fuck her over at the end, which is more insult to injury. And I really felt bad for Maria because Maria did deserve a lot better than what she got. She got done dirty throughout the industry, and I'm really glad that she was able to make it to the Tokyo Dome in her story and in Sasami's story because, like, she really deserved it. Maria deserves a lot of happiness, and I really like Maria. She was, like, the older sister and the mature one of the group, and that's what I really liked. Even though, like, you know, in the beginning she was just a drunkard, but she fixed it. She stopped drinking and smoking, and she fucking made strides, as you can see, in her route and here. And it's really great that in her route that she was able to, you know, like, become popular. And I already mentioned Aki, but Aki was I think Aki was the first, Aki was the first one to get us the new apartment, which was surprising. But yeah, I'm really proud that Maria was able to actually live out her dreams. Even though she had to graduate, she's still going on to a better career, but she got to live the dream she wanted to live. And I respect Maria because she kept strong throughout all this. All the 13 years she's been an idol, she's never gave up, and you gotta give her mad props for that because Maria kept strong throughout the whole thing. And basically, yeah, so where does she rank? Maria, it's hard to pick. I really like Maria. But let's see. On the list, Maria would have to go to I'm not sure really. Maria would probably be I'm gonna say Maria's in 5th place. 5th place. I'll give Maria 5th. Like, you know, there's some others that I like a little bit more, but, you know, that's just how it be. She's in 5th place. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, just because someone's low on the list don't mean they ain't good. I just, you know, others kind of spoke to me more. So now moving on from Maria, then we got our good old Natan. Now, Natan was the fun character. She was our tan, like, you know, hyperactive country girl whose voice gave me nightmares because I had to constantly do the Western voice, and I'm not toning. Oh my god. And it's not as bad as Sasami. I was speaking light for so long. Oh my god. But Natan's just an all-around good character, and the fact that she became an idol was just because she wanted to meet the producer, because the producer was her favorite idol back in the day, and she had the idol crush. And it's actually crazy that she was managed to actually make it up to him. But you know, in the other routes, it wasn't really, I don't think in Sasami's route it was really announced that, you know, she said she was here for her own selfish reason, but she never really explained why. But at least we do know that in her route she was just here for the producer. And you know, in the end, that's really fucking cute that she really came all this way. Like most people probably see, oh, that's kind of creepy, but you know, it's creepy, but it's cute at the same time, because it's not like she had ill intentions. She just wanted to meet the person who she idolized for a long time. And it's really nice that, you know, producer had a fan who was still that devoted to him after all this time. And like the whole thing with Natan and the idol group disbanding, that was actually sad. I did feel sad that Natan's story was the only one where the group just couldn't stay together because they just weren't doing good enough. I felt bad about that. She's the only one that happened, and it's just like, damn. But even Sobo Music said in their thing, she's just not as popular. And I mean, I guess I can see it because Natan herself said she was just kind of lazing about and just doing it for fun, not really taking it seriously. And even when they tried, it was kind of too late, but it's alright. Natan's still, I don't know, I gave her the country accent all the time, but we do know she can speak normally. She said, like, I remember Julie called her out for it, and she's like, I just do it to, like, get the ring out of you, you know, like, but I gave her the country accent all the time, so I don't know when she spoke country and when she spoke normal, but I don't know. Like, she did make her impression on the idol world, but I guess she just wasn't as popular as, you know, most would want her to be. It was just sad, but I like Natan because she was always the positive in the sense of, even when things are kind of shitty, she was always like, you know, hey, we got this. We just gotta try and do something, you know, just always a positive reinforcement, like Sasami in a sense. But, when the whole thing with our farm came along and the money issue, that sucked. That, especially since we weren't booming like we were in most others' routes, that really sucked because, you know, we want to help Natan's family. But in the end, we did, so that was good. I felt like Natan was more like the best friend in the sense in the routes. Like her and the producer felt more like best friends, and then they moved on to lovers. It was kind of like a natural thing in a sense because how they got to know each other and the whole, you know, always coming over to help Natan and the finding out about the idol pass thing. Like I really enjoyed that aspect of her story. And I'm glad that, like, you know, in the end of her route, everyone still got a proper job to, like, move on to, and they all still got to hang together. So, in the end, I really do like Natan. There's not much to say for her because, like, her route really ended kind of sad with the whole disbandment really fast, but hey. But on the ranking list, I'm gonna say she has to be in 6th place. Just because, like, I like her, but, you know, others spoke to me more, you know, that kind of thing. So, let's see. So, we got 7th place with Julie, 6th place with Natan, and 5th place with Maria. So now let's move on to my girl, Nemu. Nemu, we all thought it was Yandere, man. We all did. We all thought it was Yandere. We thought, I like that aspect. But it just seems that Nemu actually had issue because of her mother, which kind of put a yikes on that. It wasn't, well, I mean, I guess Yandere is a mental condition, let's be real. But, like, this was more than Yandere, I think, because, like, Nemu was delusional. She was seeing conversations and shit that weren't happening. She was, I don't know, maybe Yandere see that shit too. But the point is, it wasn't like your stereotypical anime Yandere. This was insanity that she was going through. Mental and, like, she was having mental problems. And that was actually sad to learn about, that it was that and not just, Nemu was just a Yandere, you know. But I did like the Yandere aspect when it was first brought up. But then when it turned out it was actually just a mental, like we said, the Yandere is a mental issue, but it was more because Nemu was abused. Well, I mean, if you think about it, Yuno from Yari Nikki was abused as a child, and she became a Yandere too. But it's hard to compare, like, it's Yandere, but it's not your typical Yandere. If you want to make sense of it, I don't know. I don't know how deep a Yandere can see. And I'm not trying to say Yanderes are good. Oh, they're sexy. No, I'm saying it for the fact of a visual novel that the inclusion of a Yandere makes it slightly interesting because they're unpredictable and some crazy shit can go down. I was expecting bodies from Nemu's story, which we did get one, but, you know, it's just like, you expected so much crazy shit, but then you find out that Nemu is actually suffering from a same illness that her mother had of going insane. So it's like, oh, that's a yikes. It's crazy that we find out that Nemu's mother was originally an idol, and Nemu, like, you know, took on that illness that her mother had and all that other crazy stuff with seeing things. She fucking killed Mika. Jesus, Mika out of everyone. I was expecting her to kill everyone, but she just killed Mika. Then she fucked the producer and killed the both of them. Like, ooh, she's suicide sex. My God, Nemu's route, and that was a bad ending. Nemu was the only one to have a bad ending that ended in something like that, which is ridiculous. Well, no, actually, Mika did too. Yeah, Mika did too. Kinda. Not death, but a bad ending that you can, you only get that sex scene if you did the bad ending. So that was surprising. She killed both of us. I was expecting this is just how it was gonna be, but nah. Anyways, but yeah, so it's just crazy to think that all Nemu's route had the first, like, you know, bad end, but you still got something out of the bad end, kind of bad end. So it was like, wow, okay. But all in all, the problem, I'm glad that Nemu was able to actually meet her real mother, and I'm glad that Haruna, I'm pretty sure Haruna was able to, like, you know, reconcile with Nemu, and that Haruna was actually one of the good people all along and not an asshole like she was first presented to be. I'm glad that, you know, like, they got together and they got the little family moment going on, and, like, she was supporting Nemu, and she was just looking out for her this whole time because of the condition. And, like, we all just thought, oh, Nemu's a yandere, so she might just do some crazy shit. But no, she has an actual condition because of her own mother. So it was crazy. And it's sad that her mother did go insane and had to be put in a hospital because of all this shit. But it's like hardships of life. That's what this is teaching you. And Nemu went through some hardships. And it's ridiculous. But she pulled through. and she still made it. And she was another one of the people who made us really popular, which is crazy as well. But yeah, I like Nemu's route because Nemu would flirt, and I like that. But she was always kind of trying to entice the producer. But Nemu's a pure girl at the same time. She's really good. She's a good girl. I like Nemu. I don't know how to really explain it, but I just like Nemu because she's bubbly and she's like just kind of pure in a sense, even though, like, you know, the yandere thing and the I don't know how to really explain it, but Nemu's route was always provided me because Nemu was always the character I'm like, I gotta watch out for you. I don't know what you gonna do, and that suspense throughout her whole route, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the suspense because she broke in fucking Kaori's leg. She killed Mika, like, she killed Haruna as well, if you do the bad end. I forgot about that. Like, Nemu was going, ooh, I don't know, but I enjoyed her route because Nemu just had the wildest route in terms of just shit going wrong. But on the list, I'd say Nemu is in 4th place. Nemu will be in 4th place. And now we move on to my girl Mika. Mika's just pure, guys. Mika was so fucking pure. Like, I just couldn't, like, my heart, I had to fucking hold my heart, and then the fucking Pafus, and oh my god, I had that bending over, holding your chest thing. I had to do it because Mika was just too pure. She was so pure. I loved every moment of Mika's route. And it really sucked that people shat on her because of the whole live action thing and people really held that against her. I hated that. I hated the fact that people turned so hard on her just because of that. And you know, a lot of them are trolls, but still, Mika's an otaku and she has low self-esteem and all that other stuff. So you know she's gonna take that shit to heart. She broke her Sylvia Knight song, and it's just damn. And, you know, I felt like I connected to Mika because, you know, I mean, I wasn't like the otaku shut-in or anything, but, you know, I'm the shy guy, you know, I'm a shy dude. And I find it hard to express myself, too, and talk about my interests, and I don't hide behind, like, a Shinibu thing. Oh, God, no. I can't even bring myself to do that, but what I'm saying is I understand Mika's, like, you know, faults and feeling different beside the world, that she feels like a human failure because she wasn't able to really do anything, and she just hid away in her room. I understand that. There was like a period in my life when I didn't have a job or anything, and I felt like a human failure and just useless and shit too. And I just went out there and applied myself and kept trying, and finally I got something. But it's like, I understand Mika's feelings of wanting to actually be useful in life and actually do something and chase something you love. I mean, I'm not chasing something I love. I mean, I like YouTube and it's just a hobby. But, like, you know, Mika got out there. She became an idol because she said, I'm going to do this because Sylvia Knight song did it, or whatever idol anime she watched. And she was like, I'm going to do this because I believe I can, because if it looks this good in anime, imagine it in real life. And she went out and fucking did it. And you gotta give Mika props for that. She was one of the characters that grew the most in here because she got out there and applied herself, and she stopped being shy and she started standing up for herself as well. But it did suck that when people shout on her, she started losing her confidence again, and then she only felt like her bad end. Oh, I didn't like the bad end. The bad end was really, she felt like she was only usable for sex and things like that, and became a porn star. I hated that. I did not like that one bit. I hated that. Mika is so much better. She is not just an object. And like I said before, when Mika's route, I'm not saying porn stars are bad, but the fact that Mika felt that she was worthless, that people only looked at her for that. That's why I said that is a bad route and bad end, because no one should ever have to feel like they're just an object to anyone. Like, that is a horrible feeling. So I'm glad that Mika was able to come to her senses and realize if she just keeps applying herself, she can do better. She can outgrow what everyone's saying. And she did it. She outgrew everyone, and she just pretty much said, fuck all the haters. And she do her Sylvia Knight song live, and she fucking came back like a bullet. And I love that. Mika was one of the strongest characters in this game. And it might not show, but she was. In my heart, she was. And then we got Sasami. You already know my feelings because I kind of expressed it through, like, the credits, but Sasami's route impacted me the fucking hardest because Sasami was that girl throughout every fucking route, Sasami was the pure one. The one who was always like, we gotta do our best. We have to stay good. We have to do what's right. Sasami was literally our fucking guide throughout this whole thing. She was always there to support us no matter what we did. Even though she had feelings from the producer, from day one, she was supporting anyone who had feelings and was getting closer to them. Even if it hurt her, she was always there supporting her friends and everything, even if she was hurting. And that's why her route hurt me the most, because to see all that get torn away and her starting to be corrupted and turn into every other crude idol out there, it hurt me so fucking much, because it was like the one pure character, the one I wanted to the shining, sparkling, perfect vanilla relationship, perfect hugs and goos and shit like that. I was wanting that shit. I wanted that feel good vanilla hand holding shit, man. But then they took it away from me and threw Shiro in the mix. They threw everyone in the mix, and that's why I love Sasami's. I'm saying it now. I love Sasami's route out of everyone's, because they threw everything in, and that's why her route was locked, because not only is it pretty much the canon route, but it also has everything in it. So now the fact that you've done everything, you're like, oh yeah, that situation, oh yeah, that situation, oh yeah. So everything was included in her route, which I love. Even if they had small roles like Rion, dumbass, just giving her a present and being creepy, like, even though he was still included, everything was included from the other routes. Every incident was included. Maria's tragic backstory, Mika's TV performance, Aki's fucked up. Well, Aki was, her whole body was fucking up in her route, but they just changed it to her leg, but it was still fucking her up. Nemu's past, Natan's farm being foreclosed on, and Julie just getting into scandals. Like, they brought everything together in Sasami's route, and they still managed to keep it together, which is great. And then the fact that Sasami was breaking down and just thinking, yo, I gotta be like everyone else because of Shiro. Shiro's teaching me this stuff, and I'm seeing that the world is actually pretty shit. And seeing her become like the blackened idol like that, it was like, it hurt. But then when Aki was in that moment of, take mysterious weird drug, or no, that's not right, and she broke down and cried for her, that touched me. That shit touched me hard, because, oh my god, to see my girl finally realize what she'd been doing, oh my god, it felt so good to know that Sasami found her way again. And the fact that even though shit really took a turn for the worst near the end, I came in with the clutches, so did Kamijo, and I'm glad that Haruka bitch ass got her desserts in the end, because Haruka's been a bitch since day one. She fucked over Maria, and she finally got her payback. She about to make Kaori fucking Stella, and she beat up Stella. What? Stella has bothered no one throughout this whole fucking game, and she had the audacity to beat Stella up with bats. I don't care if she a robot. I don't care. People like, she just no, fuck you. That'd be like if someone went and beat up Aegis, and I know a lot of you Persona fucking fans out there, if someone beat the shit out of Aegis, y'all be crying. So nah, even though we didn't get to know Stella, I still felt for Stella. That shit hurt, man. But yeah, basically, it was just ridiculous that Haruka was doing all this crazy dumb shit, teaming up with fucking Oda of all people, and Oda about to rape Sasami and have Shiro watch, or have Shiro do it and then he sit back and watch. Like, this man is fucking mad. And like, you don't know the smile that broke out of my face. I knew I was expecting it to happen. I was expecting her to like throw him off or punch him, but she took a pole and whacked that old motherfucker in the head. Oh, Shiro, you gained so much respect for that. I'm so glad Shiro had the change of heart, because she realized, I can't keep this up anymore. I can't let this happen again. I hurt somebody that I truly love, and now someone who I want as a friend, someone who I finally is getting to trust me now it's just gonna happen again. And it's like, I'm glad Shiro came to the revelation that, you know, this is bad. I gotta do something. I can't let this happen again. And then basically I came in with the clutch, Kamijo came in with the clutch, and then basically everything ended up happy. Quasar and Starnova were friends. I decked Kamijo. Never thought that would happen. I was hoping it would happen at some point in the game, but it finally happened. And Kamijo's like, you get one. You get one of those. And that made it all the better. But yeah, Kamijo finally got that. And even Kamijo turned sides. When Kaori was crying to him and Stella, this man became good. In the end, even Kamijo had a change of heart. So it's like Sasami's story, and I know because it's a canon route, it's gonna have the most impactful stuff, but that's the point. It was so impactful, and that is why the final tier list for this game. In 7th place, we have Watanabe Julie. In 6th place, we have Tanabe Natsuki. In 5th place, we have Yamamoto Maria. In 4th place, we have Akimoto Nemu. In 3rd place, we have Kashiwagi Aki. In 2nd place, we have Hashimoto Mika. And in 1st place, you know we got that Shibazaki Sasami boy! Oh! I knew it! I knew by the end of this, Sasami would find some way to push her way to the top, and she fucking did it! Because Sasami's route, it's all about who affected me the most, and Sasami affected me the most. She had me going through all the motions. Mika was close, Aki was close. To be honest, I couldn't decide between 2nd and 3rd with Aki and Mika, but if I were to say, they'd both be in 2nd place, to be quite honest with me, because like they both affected me in a way. But Sasami is always going to be my favorite girl in this game, because Sasami is just like, she's every guy's dream. Like, let's be real, you all want that perfect, pure waifu, that perfect girl who's always just like kind and always giving you positive reinforcement, always with the cute stuff, the innocent mindset and things like that. Sasami is just the ideal, and I feel like she has an unfair advantage. And I mean, Mika is the ideal too, because she's the weeb, but you know, like Sasami, Sasami feels like that person that no matter what garbage happens in life, she'll always be there to smile at you and support you. And thinking about that brings a smile to my face. So, yes, that is the final tier list of this game. That is how this all worked out. That is how it all happened. Like I said, if I were to really choose this, Aki and Mika, they're pretty much both in 2nd place. So even though I said Aki's in 3rd, she's pretty much in 2nd too. It could go either way. Either Mika's in 3rd, Aki's in 2nd, Aki's in 3rd, Mika's in 2nd. Either way with that. That one's a hard one to decide between. But yeah, basically, all these girls have done enough to my old, dark, and depressing heart to make me feel some goodness. And we're still not done. We got the bonus chapter, but this has been an amazing ride, and I hope you all have enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments. Make your tier list. Who's the best and I'm not gonna say worst girl, but who's the best to the she's alright girl for you? Like I said, all these girls hold a special place in my heart. There's no worst girl in this game, except Haruka. But yeah, so basically that. And you know, once we get the Onsen popping up, maybe I'll do an extra tier list for just random NPCs like the producer and like Kamijo and all them people, but maybe. Anyways, that is it for Starnova as the story itself. The bonus chapter will be coming soon, but we'll probably pop off the new game before the bonus chapter gets like released. So thank you all for watching. If you like this, hit the thumbs up button, share with your friends. This has been an amazing series, and even though you probably sat here and watched me play through all of it, you can go and buy it yourself and, you know, just go down the route of the girl you want. Maybe you want to go through Natan's route again. Maybe you want to go through Aki's route again. Or maybe you are that devoted that you want to go through Sasami's route again because that was that impactful. Either you can just, you know, take a scroll back to the playlist, or you can just do it yourself. It's up to you guys, but it is a really good game. And I know there's the Idol Simulator game, and we'll probably play that down the line as well. Not too far off, but after the bonus chapter's been, you know, knocked off, then we'll go to that. But anyways, I just want to thank you all for watching. It's been an experience. I really, really enjoyed this game. There's nothing that's gonna ever break me away from the wonders of this game. And I hope for something more like this too. Starnova, Sunrider, all Love and Space's games are pretty good. And if there's ever another new Love and Space game that's, you know, like a visual novel or something like that, just let me know. I'm gonna hit it up, man, because so far all the girls love them. in each game. So, let's bring it in. We got Starnova, guys. So thank you all for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next one.
Bye bye!